Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I find you well. This is Sibanda, the special needs teacher. Yesterday, I indicated that I was going to make a presentation about causes of intellectual disability. Therefore, this is the time. Let's stay tuned as we unpack the causes of intellectual disability. This is very important to the parents, this is very important to the teachers, amongst other stakeholders. So, with me here, I have four main causes of intellectual disability. And this one ranges from genetic problems, prenatal problems, perinatal problems, postnatal problems. Under these, there are so many different issues that may happen for someone to end up having intellectual disability. So I'm going to start by unpacking the genetic problems. Genetic changes that may be between the mom and the dad, they can lead to having a child with intellectual disability. Normally, those children will be having Down syndrome, they'll be having fragile XY syndrome. So in most cases, it's very difficult for us to control the genetics because it just happens on its own. So, but in developed countries, they can control it. Before you get married, you can go to the doctors, then they check the genetics of the mother, the genetics of the father, then they tell you if you are likely to give birth to a child with a Down syndrome, checking on your genetics. So that's number one. One of the things that may cause intellectual disability. Number two, let me start by unpacking the prenatal causes of intellectual disability. That's whereby these challenges occur when someone is pregnant. When someone is pregnant, if she is to have alcohol, if she is to be exposed to poor nutrition or to STIs, for example, German measles, or exposed to harmful substances, for example, lead radiation, amongst others, chances are high that she may give birth to a child with intellectual challenges, as these are very dangerous things. So people need to avoid taking alcohol when they are pregnant. People need to be checked for STIs, which I've mentioned, like German measles or rubella. They need to be checked. That's the first thing which the doctors, the nurses do when you are pregnant and when you go to the hospital. They will be wanting to make sure that no STI is there for as long as someone is pregnant. So number three, problems at birth, that's prenatal causes. During birth, there are so many things that happens. So, for example, lack of oxygen that can be caused by prolonged labor. Someone goes to the hospital and she can spend maybe 3 days in labor, and while the fetus will be ready to go out, there can be some complications that are there, and this prolonged labor can lead to lack of oxygen, and it can affect the about to be born baby. There is also an issue of prematures. We have heard about prematures. If a child is born prematurely, the chances are high that he or she may have intellectual challenges. Low birth weight can also be a problem. If someone is born with low birth weight, chances are high that he or she can have intellectual challenges. Last but not least, after birth, there are also many things that happen after birth. For example, a child can fall down through the head, and chances are high that if that child got injured, it can affect his brain. At the end, the child can suffer from intellectual disability. We have also an issue of severe headaches, like meningitis can also cause intellectual disabilities. So these are the 4 main causes of intellectual disability which I have, but if we are to research, we can find as many causes of intellectual disabilities as so. Having seen all this on our children, the parents, having seen all this on our learners, the teachers, we don't have the right to diagnose a learner or a child that he or she has intellectual disability. They are professionals who are qualified to do that. The psychologists, they can assist us. We as teachers, we as parents, we can only suspect if we see something on our children, on our learners. That's when we can go with this child or this learner to the psychologist so that they can assess and give us a clear picture of the problem. So, teachers, parents, let's not diagnose children. Let's take them to the psychologist so that they can do their work. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Till we meet again. Have a blessed day.